let's commence. We don't go, we commence. When you're 0-3, you don't go. You show up, you do your job. You do it because you have to, not because you want to. No spoilers. We'll get into it. Players, coaches, fans, young and old, from across this blue marble. Welcome to the Week 3 recap show of the 2024-2025 season of The Bigs. As always, I'm your host. I'm your commissioner. I am Timmy Westside. And even though I am 0-3, it is still my goddamn honor to be here with you all, recapping the greatest league in the world. Before we get going, a little bit of housekeeping. I think these videos will continue to come out on Tuesdays because Monday night, when I'm at work, I get to write down my notes. Passes time at work. Doesn't take up my free time. Win-win. So Tuesdays, be here. You set your watch to it. Don't tell the bosses. It's the taxpayers' money. That's your problem, not mine. I digress. Let's go. Week 3. What did we learn? Well, week 3, things come in threes. Couple teams 3-0. Couple teams 0-3. Couple teams right where they ought to be. No time to waste. And we start where we have to start. It's my fault. It's your fault that we have to start here because we can't beat him. The guy keeps winning. Going back to last year. Yes, I'm talking about the bearded wonder once again, our champ, the Borland Backhanders, 181.1, beats up on the Breakfast Club 168.0 to improve to 3-0 on the week. This guy hasn't lost since they started building the pyramids. The champ moves to 3-0. First thing I wrote down, no Apollo 420 hangover. No days off for this guy in the offseason. Good to be lucky. Lucky to be good. That's a teaser for later. Very salty about how this whole schedule thing's shaken down. But not his best performance. 181.1. Good teams got to be lucky. Lucky teams got to be good. Is enough to get the job done over the Breakfast Club. One thing he does love to see, though, is his top dogs, his top draft picks. You put the work in the offseason, it pays off on the ice. It's right there. The proof is in the pudding. Let's look at his top 3. Connor Hellebuck, he was his top goalie picked. 15.6 points led the way. Nikita Kuch, for his 3rd time in 3 weeks, he's been in his top 3. He was his top draft pick, 14.4 points. And Jack Hughes, 14.2. Goalie, forward. Jack Hughes is a D, right? I'm going to say he's a D. There's too many of the brothers. That's his top 3, leading them to 3-0. Hellebuck, 2-0. Cooch, I actually wrote down the stats. Cooch had 1 goal and 4 assists. And Jackie Hughes had 2 goals and 3 apples. Hellebuck, as I said, went 2-0. Flipping over to the other goalies, Markstrom, 1-0, 6.9 points. And Ullmark, 0-1 for 0.4 points. Average across the board, but sometimes that's good enough. Hey, ladies, 4.5 inches is average. Look it up. As Larry Bear had said, this was a week where a lot of guys went on Tuesdays, and as always, a lot of guys went on Saturdays. And even if you weren't pulling the right levers, a couple big points were left on the benches, as we saw. Lair left a dozen points or so on the bench. It didn't matter. The big night for Shauner came on Saturday with 63 points. And actually, to start the week, the first 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Lair outscored Shauner. But, and this will come up again, we always talk about it, weekends, later in the week, they matter the most. The last 4 days, Shauner outscored Lair on each of those days. Flipping over to the Breakfast Club. They're 0-3. They are not alone. No spoilers. They had the second lowest total of the week, and they have the lowest point total cumulative on the season. 496 points. His top three were Matthew Boldy. Matthew Boldy with 2 goals, 3 apples for 17 points. Dougie Hamilton with 4 apples, 12.4 points. And Cale McCa, 1 goal, 3 apples for 11.4 points. Those are his top 3. Last week, his top 3 went off like gangbusters. This week, much more down to earth. A little bit disappointed. Actually, quick math guy here. The lowest top 3 performers of the week. 17, 12, 11. His goalies, Swayman, 1 and 2 for 9.5 points. Dostal, the Finn. Jaws. We're going to call him Jaws. 1-0 for 7.7 points. Stolars, he came in relief, got him 3 points. And you're my wonderwall. 0-1. Knock that wall down for 0.2 points. He's last place. He's 0-3. He stinks. Luckily, brother, we ride together. Which takes us to the second game of the weekend. Yeah, while the kid's moping around, drinking his little margaritas or some fruitsy piece of shit drink with a fucking umbrella. No swearing kids show. Comeback kid's not even looking at his phone. Yeah, well, guess what? Doesn't matter. He's playing Timmy Westside. And what does that mean? He'll put up over 200 points. 200.6 points. The comeback kid improves to 3-0 as well. Takes down Timmy Westside 180.9. We'll talk Bootsy. Couple big weeks for Bootsy. Couple big wins. He's the second 3-0 team in the league. As he had mentioned in our chat, our matchups always seem to come down to the wire, and this one came down to Sunday, as they most often do. And, Sunday he outscored me 37.8 to 12.4. That was clearly the deciding factor. He had 8 players with 10 points or more and 15 players with 7 points or more. So depth scoring all the way down the lineup. But who were up top leading the charge? I'll let you know. That was my wrist. That hurt. Pietrangelo. Alex Pietrangelo, 19.2 points with 8 apples. Fucking call him Johnny Appletree. Johnny Appleseed. Nikki Suzuki, love seeing a hab up there. Hate that it's against me. 3 goals, 3 apples. Just what you want at your first line center. A 200-foot game. He dishes, he scores 18.8 points. And Draisaitl, who did nothing all week, and then Sunday, it was his birthday, so of course he went off and put one up my hoop. Kids show. 15.4 points, and he did that with 3 goals and 2 apples. His goalies, Skinner, says 1-0 for 13.7 points, but that's a lot of points off of 1 win. We'll fix that in post. I don't know how to say it. Enna. Doesn't matter. He gets your wins because he plays Timmy Westside. 1-0, 7.6 points. And my guy, Jake Ottinger, I still miss him. 1-1 for 7.3 points. When all your goalies are getting you wins, 7 points or more, winner, chicken dinner, that's what you want. They went 3-1, maybe 4-1. We'll have to check the stats. Whatever. It didn't matter because they won. Let's get into it. A win is a win is a win is a win. Can't take anything away from Bootsy. 200 points. That's what you want. That's the standard. A loss is a loss. Yeah, but shut up. Shut up, Tim. You're 0-3. You stink. But it's the most frustrating 0-3 I can ever remember. Duality of man. That's what I wrote down. Because let's take a look at the big board, the standings. Bootsy, top of the leaderboard. Right up there with Shauner. 3-0. On the season, 562 points. Let's go. Love it. Timbo, 0-3. 3-game swing, 560 points. I'm 0-3, you're 3-0, and you have 2 more points than I do. You guys are laughing up there. I know they are. Hockey gods, come on. 2 points, 3-game swing. It's not right. It's not right. Third week in a row where my opponent has put up 200 points or more. So Lair, don't worry. This is your get right week. You're playing me. You're going to go off. Inevitable. As Boots said, it came down to Sunday. However, going to bed Saturday, I had a 7-point lead, and I was watching that ticker, and I was like, I need like a 15-point lead to have a shot, because on Saturday he had 9 guys going, I had 4 points going, 4 guys going. So you could say, oh, what a Sunday win. I didn't wake up feeling too confident on Sunday, which sucks. I just knew it was coming too. So I was like, he's gonna have a big day. He's gonna put 200 points. I'm gonna go 1-3. And I'm gonna have to sit here and talk about it. Punch, counter punch all week up until Sunday. I actually had 2 days of 50 points or more. I think I had a day that had 60 points. I don't know. That was Jake. We'll get into it. No spoilers. But 180.9. Good, not great. Sometimes good enough to get you a win. I'm better than 0-3. My top 3. Kaprizov, 2 goals, 5 apples, 18.2. Connor, 2 goals, 3 apples, 15.2. I'm going fast because you guys don't want to hear me talk about myself anymore, and I'm done talking about my stinky team. Anderson, 2-0. 15.1 points. Of course, now he's on the IR. Goalies, Anderson, 2-0. Sheshi, 1-1. 7.7. Saros, 1-0. 7.7. All goalies over 7. Love to see it. That's what I needed. The goalies did their job. My other guys did not. Two points. 3-game difference. I don't know what you want from me. Let's get into our last game of the week. Our biggest differential of the week. Our biggest scorer of the week. Our biggest loser of the week. Yep. He was a poo-poo pants, stinky poo-poo head last week with the lowest score. This week, Rubber Puckies with their cool logo and all. 226.3 points. Hello. Improves to 2-1 on the season. Beats up on the Burt Macklin squad, who had 152.5. Yikes. Lowest point total of the week. They dropped to 1-2 on the season. As I said, bounce back. Worst last week, the best this week. That's how you want your guys to respond. And if you're gonna respond like that, Jake talking about running into a buzzsaw. Not a chicken dick's chance, kids show. It was, I want to say it was over early, but it wasn't really. So I don't know why I wrote that down, because when looking deeper, much like the Borland Backhanders versus the Breakfast Club, this game, the Burt Macklin squad actually won the first 3 days. However, weekends matter most. The last 4 days was a boat race. Kenny outscored Jake 158.3. He scored more points in his last 4 days than Jake did in his whole week. Last 4 days. 158.3 to 85.4 points for Jake. So, Ken Dog, close him out. No doubter. See ya. Gone. His top 3. Stone. Oh, I love his top 3. And it's funny because Stone was my guy for a couple of years. And he was, as I wrote down, undrafted. Well, what's he do? 22 points, 2 goals, 6 apples, leads the way. Casey Middlestat, also undrafted. 15 points. How'd he do it? 1 goal, 5 apples. Nico Hischier, 85th overall pick. 14.8 points, led the way. Are you kidding me? This guy's Kenny Holland, drafting Pavel Datsyuk in the 6th round. Nicky Lindstrom in the 4th. Check those stats. I think they're right. Nailed it. Hockey guy. Goalies, Vasilevsky 1 and 2, 9.6 points. Hill 1 and 0, 8.5. Sorokin 1 and 1, 7.2. You want every goalie to get a win. That's key. If you have a goalie who's like 0 and 2 on the week, fucking launch him into the sun. Yeah, did the job. That's one paper done. Flipping over to Burt Macklin's squad. It was stuck there. His top 3, Mikey Matheson. 23.5 points. Led the way in the whole NHL on fantasy points this week. Are you kidding me? The kid from the West Island? 4 apples, 21 pims. Hey, they don't ask how. They ask how many. 23.5. Michkov. 2 goals, 3 apples, 16 points. And Tage Thompson, 2 goals, 2 apples for 14.0 points. We talk about depth. Jake had none of it. 14 out of his 24 players, skaters, goalies, coaching staff, the water boy, I don't care. 14 out of 24 of them had less than 5 points. Less than 5 points. I'm not talking 5.9. No, less than 14 of them. Goalies, Gustafsson 1 and 1, 7 and 0. Bobbers 1 and 1, 6.5. He had another goalie, but it wasn't in the stats because I think he dropped him. I don't know. It didn't matter. You're the Q. You're the lowest point total this week. Why am I talking to you? You're 1 and 2. I'm on 3. I suck. So yeah, depth. I also, last little note. Right. Jake had 14 players with less than 5 points. Kenny only had 5. Gentlemen, that's it. Heading into week 4. Got a couple good matchups this week. Couple of big matchups this week. I call this the toilet bowl. The loser goes home bowl. Timmy Westside 0-3. The Breakfast Club 0-3. One of us has got to get a win. Borland backhanders going up against the Burt Macklin squad. Jake, take all the negativity that I just dished out and go get a win. Go give him his first loss. Rubber Puckies against the Comeback Kid. Next Tuesday. Boop.